What's up, everyone? Night owl in my way. What y'all into? Somebody woke me up, so I said, let me try to get on live and see how this one goes. Never let anyone put you in a box because of their opinions. Don't put yourself in a box, neither. That boy Magic, how are you? Lamar, how are you? Doom, Chuck Luck, Freddie, Jacqueline, Chad. What's that? I'm gonna just say 1967. How are you as well? What y'all think about that eclipse? I'm trying to get into that, Doom. Well, actually, before you got on here, I was just saying, don't ever let nobody put you in a box, projecting their fears. And don't put yourself in a box. Keep it moving. That's what I first started out with, Doom. Do you agree or disagree, Doom? Thank you. So with that moving forward, I made a live. I don't know if it got took down, but it was talking about categorizing and prioritizing. And most everything you do goes around and coexists, that aligns up, in some type of way when you're growing and learning and getting into your journey or your life, your career, or just getting you together. Excuse me, my sinuses. I got these incense and they are jacking me up. But with that being said, organizing, categorizing, there's nothing that, the saying, there's nothing you can't do. We're going to use this for example. And this is just a example I'm throwing out. Now, I was just saying, never let nobody put you in a box projecting their, insecurities on you. Sometimes you got to use the discernment in good information and somebody just, trying to knock you down a level or humble you. So let's just say you just saved up some money, you've been doing good. I am a woman, Ro. And let me make this clear before I block you, Ro. I'm a woman. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not attracted to women. I've never been in a poly relationship. I've never been married. Understand? I was born a woman. I love being a woman. And I love men. I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against lesbians. That's just not my taste. And I can't made for it to be with any slander or any lie or any illusion. Understand? I'm not against poly relationships neither. That's just not my forte for what I believe in. Now I can block you, Ro. Now back to what I was saying. So let's just say you getting yourself together or whatever, and you like, shoot, I feel like I'm ready to get me a house now. But you can't even keep a pack of cigarettes a week. And you bring this up to somebody. And they kind of blow it off because they know, in a certain type of way, you're not ready. That's not putting you in a box. That's like, okay, I need to get my shit together so I can get ready. See, sometimes we take certain bad criticism and we put it in a box like it's somebody trying to knock us. That's what I mean by don't put your own self in a box. Somebody putting you in a box, that's just the basic gaslighting, normal stuff that people do. Now, don't ever let nobody push you. Thank you. Good morning to you. Don't let nobody push you or coerce you or bully you into something you're not ready for or something you don't believe in. Thank you. You too. You have a wonderful morning too. So there's a lot of people that we look up to with titles. There's a lot of people that, as growing up, you might have wanted to make proud or somebody done looked out for you or something. Don't sell yourself short. Do what's not so much as comfortable because we get in our comfortable season. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is positive and even if it is for the long run, we get comfortable in our season. So don't do that. But don't put yourself in a box. Having faith is actually using it. And I know that from experience. But I just got on here because somebody woke me up and the way you block folks the other night. Oh, thank you. I am a suspicious mom. What's that word? What you say? Did you spell it right? Have I want you to. Yeah. I can't believe he said. It must be because I had the two braids back. But there's a lot of AI streaming photos on the dark web, and I have been a victim of so much doppelganging, and it's just it's terrible how people, the shit they do for money and the shit they do to hurt people, like, it's terrible. But when you know who you are and what you stand for, you know what I mean? All it can do is ruffle some feathers. That's about it. Because who wouldn't get mad at electronic harassment and people, mimicking you and all that? God is good all the time. All the time. And I don't know what's the problem with that. Can't nobody tell you how to worship God, your relationship with God, how you talk to God. That's a personal relationship. Period. Don't nobody need to see it and all of that. If you didn't, it wasn't meant for you. You know? Um, man, we are so ungrateful. We are, man, because we are blessed and highly favored, even when we don't even deserve it. But you got people running around here talking about what people deserve, and they doing everything under the sun. Man, stay prayed up. There's so many illusions out here. Do what you need to do for you and yours. Keep it moving. Keep love in your heart. That's the main thing. They don't want you healing. They don't want your kids healing. The type of shit that people do. Keeping kids away from they loved ones and shit because they want their essence. Like, I just, sometimes you block out the sickness in people. But this shit is expanding like roaches. And the Bible says it's going to stop. Yep. But you know what I learned? When you give stuff to God, you can love people from a distance. That is the prescription, baby, to worship Him. Yep. That is the prescription. That's the only prescription. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to be by themselves. They got to get somebody's opinion on some that ain't even equipped. And even if they was equipped, you are designed for your instructions, and them it will lead other people to their instructions. You know what I'm saying? Yes, He is. He is the only way, and some people feel like, that's their opinion. I ain't fighting with nobody who, don't consider God and everything and get mad when people talk about God. And there's a difference when people are using God to manipulate and gaslight and talk about Him, to do other things. You know what I'm saying? But just on a serious note, that shouldn't be a problem with anybody. And if it is, they shouldn't be focused. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. You have people that work for the devil. You have people who try to turn people's heart. I'm sorry, let me get my charger. You have people who have turned or try to turn people's heart against God. Now you got people who say things like, why would God do this? Why would God do that? Maybe as a kid, you probably had to question God. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in a certain low point in your life when you've been around so many people who have used God in manipulation. You know what I mean? I know people who have went through certain things like that. But you do have people who worship the devil who don't believe in God, who actually want to turn people's hearts, stop people from healing, stop people from growing their process in life. You know what I'm saying? You really got people out here like that. And then you got people out here who want to help people grow and progress in life and get in touch with their own spiritual side on their own. So I used to fight against, and I'm going to say this again. I said this on one of my other lives. I do believe everybody start out as, because when you're portaled into this world, and I don't even think if it's a mimicking stage. Kids grow up talking about God, and you see it in them. You just see it in them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything has to be coerced, because it's a personal experience. It's an experience in your life that you go through and you don't stop. You might backslide a little bit, but you don't stop. Even through your worstest times, man, you're going to thank God. You're going to talk to God. If you're mad, sad, disappointed, you know, you just got some that only thank God when they get something, or thank God when they get off or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a normal accolade for that, you know. But, man. I mean, scientifically, you got the scientists studying God and Jesus' genes, and, you know. I was just reading something, and it was a confirmation. Um, it was only a paragraph, but it was a confirmation somebody put on TikTok. Like, I think the Pharisees might be Jesus, was the original gang stalkers. I'm like, man, that's a conversation I would like to get into, since, you know, people keep talking about the end times and all that, and the world starting over and over again and stopping, what might be true. But that's just a debate that real like-minded people who can accept other people's opinion and not get mad actually have. Yeah. Yes, I'm single. I had made a disclaimer before the live about that when Rose said I was handsome. Yep, I did a whole 60 seconds about that. It was a whole tutorial. It's like, no, I'm just playing. Yeah. What'd he say? Let me see. I got it. I'm going to say to the both of those tips are not good. What both tips are not good? Who's that? Big Will? I think our black churches are operating at their full capacity. I don't understand what you mean they shouldn't be focused. What you mean shouldn't be focused? I'm talking about, well, what was you, because I done went through a lot of things. Okay, Los Angeles, California. How's it going there? Okay, morning to you. What is the big deal on focusing on yourself? I never knew, like, even as a kid, I was told, focus on yourself, worry about you. So, why as adults, that ruffles feathers? Because if you a grown up and you have humane tendencies, you're gonna care about people. You're gonna look out for people. But when it's time to focus on you, it shouldn't be a problem with that. When it's time to just focus on your household, it shouldn't be a problem with that. So maybe Big Will, I didn't. You was talking about 2 tips I gave, so maybe if you can elaborate a little more. But yeah, man. Yes. And see, that don't mean not care about nobody else. But when it's time to get your shit in order, your kids in order, and what you need to do, you're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be no problem with it. We as ourselves, and I don't even want to use that color, black people, we have a tendency to we was born as a family unit, as a net, you know what I mean, to cover each other, what my grandma used to say. So back in the days, didn't nobody go to no foster home, didn't nobody get sent to the crazy house, didn't nobody, you dealt with that shit within your home, you know what I'm saying, and you took in others, you know what I'm saying. But it comes to a point where everybody just want to put everybody's burdens. You got people who putting burdens on people's kids, and you ain't even putting burdens on your own kids. Those type of people. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of ruined it for really genuine people. So that's when you learn exactly to care from a distance and love from a distance. And some people become professional people from being through that type of trauma, and it kind of makes you lose out on a lot of things. So when you are being focused, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a multitasking thing. Not even if you got kids. A person that don't have no kids have a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like a person who don't have kids have it harder because they're so free and open. You know what I mean? So people tend to take advantage of people a little bit. Hello, Joe Johnson. That name sound familiar, real familiar. Seem like but yeah. Money getter, let me tell you something, baby, with this internet. There's nothing wrong with looking for awareness or whatever you going through on the internet. Once you get to a certain level where whatever you going through or whatever, then it's time to move on, on some real shit, you know. But I enjoy talking to everybody. I get that question asked all the time. My hometown is Louisville, Kentucky. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. You might as well say I've been here longer. I moved up here when I was 15 officially. I spent one summer up here, and then I stayed up here my 9th grade year and never went back home. Where you from? Georgia? I got family in Georgia. Yep. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, man. Don't let nobody box you in. Know the difference between good criticism trying to help you, bad criticism trying to help you, and gaslighting, projecting. Learn how to transmute the energy. Check out my profile pages. My social medias is on there. If you want to follow any of them, check them out. I got a lot of content on all my platforms. Joe Jones. Okay, you don't even have a picture to even check out your Facebook. But I look on your page and see what's going on. Yeah. Well, y'all have a good rest of your day. Stay up, stay prayed up.